Hello friends, I'm here today to start a reading vlog. Been feeling kind of meh lately about doing sit-down videos, so I thought I would go back and do like a good old-fashioned Monday through Sunday weekly reading vlog. Today is Monday. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so I work in an office, so there's no work. It's also freezing outside because it's this Arctic blast thing that I think is like the majority of the country. We are kind of getting snow. It's just doing like random flurries here and there. Mostly we've been getting like a freezing rain. So we have the hoodie on. We have no makeup because we're staying home today and not doing a dang thing. So since I haven't been wanting to do sit-down videos, I thought I would give you a quick wrap-up of what I've read since the beginning of the year. So first off, I've listened to the first 3 books in the Honey Mountain series by Laura Pavlov. This is the only one I own. This is book 1. This whole series is, or the 3 I've read so far have been all small town romances. This one is a friends to lovers. He's a fireman. Her dad is the fire chief. I gave that one 4 stars. Book 2 is Evermind. This one is a second chance. He is a professional hockey player, and she's just kind of returning to their hometown due to being away so long because of her mother's passing. So I really loved this one. I ended up giving it 5 stars. It was my first 5-star read of the year. And then I read book 3, Make You Mine, which was a single dad nanny romance. I don't think I said this series is about sisters. This is a sister who's just now returning home from college. She kind of knows that she wants to be a writer, but she doesn't really know like what she wants to do until that dream is realized. So she starts nannying for one of the firefighters that works with her dad. And he has this kind of tumultuous custody battle happening, or it happened after she starts nannying for them. But yeah, I really liked this one. I don't know, there was just something about it. I couldn't quite give it a 5-star, so I ended up with 4 stars for this one. One of my goals for 2024 is to read series, especially ones that I have owned for a while. So I am currently making my way through the Kingmaker series by Sophie Lark. I read The Bully. This is Kat and Dean. I gave this one 5 stars. I love this one so much. It was so hot, so steamy. And then I read The Spy, which is a secret. If you're reading the series, this is book 4. It's kind of like the wrap-up of the series, but it's not the last one because the one I'm currently reading The Savage, which is the last one. You've kind of gotten this like POV of the spy in the first 3 books, and then you find out who and why you're getting that POV. But yeah, I ended up giving this one 4 stars. I think I enjoyed more of it wrapping the series up rather than like the romance in it. So yeah, I made my way through these 2 so far. Currently working on The Spy. I think I'm at The Savage. I think I'm at like 30-ish% of that one. I also listened to Rainman by Kayla Gross. I ended up borrowing this one from the library, and I gave this one 3 stars. I don't know what happened with this small town romance for me. I really thought that I was going to love it, but something about it just did not work for me. This is about a girl who comes back to her hometown after being away for, I think it was like 5 years after her brother passes away, and she's kind of with him when he has his accident that kills him. And so like she's always like stayed away, and when she finally moves back, she's trying to like stay hidden. She wants to just help her family out because her mom's hurt somehow. It was something about her ankle or her foot or something. But she's trying to like stay out of the way and like not interact with any of the townspeople. Well, the dad ends up taking her out one night, and it is at this like charity event for this other family. And she kind of starts to hate this man. I mean, what he did was really pathetic. I didn't like him at all. It kind of just started off on the wrong foot for me with him, with the love interest, and he never got any better. But yeah, this one, I don't know, maybe it was just too much happening. Maybe it was too much with her grief and his grief, because his dad had just passed away and he had taken over the family business and it wasn't doing as well as it wanted it to. And he had this whole issue with his brother, and there was addiction issues with the brother, and then the mom on her side was hurt, and then they were hating each other, but then they weren't really hating each other. Maybe it was just too much happening. Now that I'm like talking it out, maybe that was my issue. But yeah, I ended up giving that one 3 stars. It wasn't for me. I also read My Fiance's Bodyguard by Ivy Wilde. I met her at Love in Vegas, and we were chatting, and this was the first of her darker books, so that's what I decided to start with. So this one is about a young woman whose father basically tells her, like, you're gonna marry this guy, I have a business deal with him, we need it to go through, you need to do what I say. And she kind of knows what's happening in her father's business, but she doesn't really have like the full scope of it. But she knows that marrying that man would not be a good thing for her. So she decides to run away, and his bodyguard tracks her down and brings her back. She and the bodyguard have met once, and they kind of had not really a moment, but kind of like a little flirtation thing happening. But then she dislikes him because he like goes and brings her back into this arranged marriage thing that she doesn't want. And then she starts spending time with the fiance, but always the bodyguard is there too. So she kind of starts to feel like maybe there's something else happening. And one time she's left alone with him, they hook up. And then he kind of fills her in on why he works for her fiance and that kind of stuff. And then they work together to overtake the fiance and like bring him down. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 stars. I did have to kind of adjust my expectations a little bit, because going into it, I thought it was going to be more of a, like in my darker romances, I like, or especially my mafia romances, I really like strong, outwardly strong heroines who know what they want and know the situation they're in. And she kind of knew the situation she was in, but she was more of a subtly strong heroine rather than outwardly strong. So yeah, this was a 4 stars because I had to adjust my expectations a little bit. And then this weekend was the start of the football NFL playoffs. My team is in it and they won, thank God. And this is the book I was reading when they won. So Roughing the Kicker by Emily Silver. I've had this since I think Denver. No, I think I even had it before Readers Take Denver, because I was going to bring it, but then I hadn't read it yet. Yeah. Anyway, that's not the point. So this is a friends to lovers NFL professional football romance, and the love interest is the kicker for the Denver team, and in one of the like pre-season scrimmage things, he ends up getting hurt, and as he's like finding out that it's not a surgery requiring injury, but he does need to stay off of it. He is going to need help caring for himself and getting around, that kind of stuff. He thinks that his influencer girlfriend is going to be the one to help him. And she is basically just like, well, you know, I have jobs to do and I need to be in New York and I need to do this and this and this. And he decides to dump her because he kind of in that moment realizes that he's been keeping her around, but not because he loves her, just because she's there. So he breaks up with his girlfriend and then quickly realizes that he still needs somebody to take care of him. So he calls his best friend from high school. And it was that thing in Friends to Lovers where I really don't like it, where she has always had a crush on him. But I guess I kind of got over it a little bit because it didn't bother me as much in this one as it normally does. So yeah, I ended up giving this one 4 stars. She goes and takes care of him. They end up spending a lot of time together. It's that forced proximity. So that's where I'm at currently. Like I said, I am reading The Savage to go ahead and finish out the Kingmaker series, and I don't have the rest of the Honey Mountain series on audio. I only had those first 3. So I think after I finish The Savage, I'm going to try to finish out those ebooks for that series. I don't know if all 3 of those will happen. I think there are only 2 left in the Honey Mountain series. I don't know if all 3 of those books will happen this week for this vlog. But yeah, off work today. No clue what tomorrow looks like. Because I have nearly an hour commute to work and it's further north, and I know north of us is getting a lot worse weather than we have here. Don't know what tomorrow looks like. Waiting on that update from my boss. We're at home today. We're not doing anything because it is too cold. Too cold. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday now. Off work again, still too icy to drive. So this morning I finished The Savage by Sophie Lark. I'm done with the Kingmaker series. I have mixed feelings about this one. Okay, so I enjoyed it enough to not want to DNF it, but I kind of just kept thinking, what's the point of this? So this one is Sabrina, and I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. I'm going to call him Adric. And they meet kind of in the middle of all of the things happening in The Spy. And he basically, like, tells her, like, I'll see you when you get off the boat at the end of the Kingmaker's year or whatever. And so at the beginning of this one, it's the end of the Kingmaker series. She's broken, or Kingmaker school year. She's broken up with her girlfriend. She's kind of trying to decide what she wants to do. And he shows up and he like takes her out. They have a great day. There's very steamy scenes. But then like she goes back and it like fast forwards through like the whole summer. And he shows up again to try to convince her to come to Russia to work with him instead of going back to Kingmakers, which was like fine. I enjoyed all that part. But then she goes to Russia and there's this whole like drug empire world thing that I just didn't understand the point of. It was very detailed. And it was almost like we were being introduced to newer characters within the Russian mafia world, that like, as far as I know, Sophie Lark hasn't done any more mafia books. But yeah, I didn't quite understand the point of it. And like, it's the same size as the other books in the series, nearly 540 pages. So I just don't understand the point of it. Like, what, if you've read it and you know what's happening, the only other Sophie Lark book I've read besides her Mafia is Anastasia, so I haven't, or the only Sophie Lark book besides Brutal Birthright and Kingmakers that I've read is Anastasia, so I don't know, like, what all she's released since then, but, like, is there a newer Mafia something happening? I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to give it 3 stars. I enjoyed it enough to not want to DNF. Like, Sabrina and Adric kept me, like, intrigued. And when it wasn't boring me with all of the science and all of the, this is this person, this is this person, I really enjoyed their romance. Like I said, they had really good steamy scenes too. But yeah, it was just kind of a letdown, especially after the last 2 books, or the 2 books before this were 5 stars, for both 5 stars. This one just wasn't there for me. And so I definitely said in the last clip that I was going to continue the Honey Mountain series, and I am going to do that, but I didn't really want to read on my phone. I think because I've read those 3 Sophie Lark books as ebooks, and then the Ivy Wild book as an ebook. I think it was all kind of back to back. I just needed a break from reading on my Kindle app. So I picked up Troubles by Casey Enders. This is, I hope it's book 1 in her Beekman Hill series. This is about kind of I think it's in like a small college town, in New York State, not New York City, New York State. And what's the name? Aiden has come over from Ireland to work in this pub. He's dealing with the loss of his brother rather suddenly. And then Liz is, she's kind of friends with all of the other people who work at the pub. And they meet on St. Patrick's Day, and he like rescues her from her ex's friends being big jerks. And so yeah, like it's cute. They've gone on one date so far, and then she asked him for a little bit of space because she says she's got a lot going on with finishing school and work and everything. So that's kind of where I stopped. I think I'm about 60 pages in. It's fine so far. Nothing like majorly spectacular. Like I don't feel like I just want to sit down and fly through this whole thing right away, but I am going to continue on reading it. Non-book updates. I finished season 2 of The Gilded Age last night, and oh my goodness, if season 3 does not see Marion and Larry Russell together, I will riot, okay? Riot. Those two, they've been my ship since like the very first time they met, and I'm going to be very angry. They kissed at the end of season 2. Spoilers, whatever. They kissed at the end of season 2, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's probably going to be so delayed for season 3. But I don't care. When I saw him kind of like start to lean in for that kiss, I was like, oh my god, is it happening? It is happening. But being that that is the end of Gilded Age season 2, I need something else to watch. And I've kind of been thinking about watching The Sopranos. Because I keep seeing it on, like, Max, where I've been watching The Gilded Age. I've been seeing it on there. And obviously, I was too young to watch The Sopranos when it came out. But every time I see something about, like Miss Mojo or Watch Mojo YouTube videos and stuff, when they do, like, things about series finale episodes, The Sopranos is always on there. And I've always just been like, I don't know what that is. Like, I was too young for that, whatever. But I kind of feel like I want to watch it. Yeah, if I decide to, it will probably be up. I will probably start it before this video is up. But let me know if I should watch The Sopranos, if you've watched it. So that is my reading update for now. I'm going to go update my reading journal. I haven't actually done anything. Like, I was going to do a video on my reading journal, and I have these like quarterly bingo board challenges that I'm trying to do, and I was gonna do a video on it, but I don't really want to. That's the whole purpose of doing this reading vlog, so maybe I'll just show you here. So this is my reading journal. I just picked it up from the craft store. I also found these 2 washi tapes that are like gold foiling or whatever, with like basically like the same pattern. So purples and blues and a little bit pink, but not really pink, mostly purple and blue is my like theme for this year. I just did a plain 2024 reading journal page, and then I have 2 pages of my physical TBR. These 2 pages are these 2 pages, and then this one are like the contemporaries and everything else, and then this is my historicals. I wanted to start at the bottom and work my way up, and I didn't realize there was going to be quite that much space. I have a page for anticipated reads. Obviously, the first half of the year is much more filled in than the second half. I need to start working on pre-orders to get some of these marked off. I need to start watching some videos. These are just the ones I knew about. I don't think I've only watched like 2 people's anticipated reads videos yet, so I need to get on that. I have a yearly stats. Last year I did like a lot of stats. Like I kept track of how many like of each star rating I did, and how many like contemporary, historical, fantasy, like I guess like the genre. I did that, and then like physical ebook and audio. But this year I just did the total, the physical ebook, the audio, and then a spot for my favorite reads. And then I have the quarterly challenges. So I have January through March, April through June, July through September, and then October through December. I was very inspired. I messed up on that one. I was in the January and I accidentally marked that off. Basically, I took the like quarterly challenges that Shelby Taggart Reads does on Instagram, and that's where the majority of these prompts came from. There were some of her challenges that I felt were a little repetitive, so I took some of them out and just tried to branch it out a little bit more and kind of made up my own prompts. I'm doing the alphabet challenge again, and then I have a space for my new authors. And then I left 2 spreads for series that I want to read, but I only filled in this so far. So I have like a Catherine Amora series that I got the physical books for last year that I want to read. I have the 2 Amy Dawes series that I want to try to finish. I have this series that I'm just starting. I have a Jiffy Kate. Mostly this is, I can mark the Kingmakers off. I have that on there. And then I have the 3 Laura Pavlov Small Town series. I have the Fiona Cole Blame It on the Alcohol series on here. I need to go in and look at series that are like finishing up this year and put some of those on there, because I know there are quite a few of those. I need to get more historicals on here. I do not think I'm going to finish all of these series before the end of the year, but I definitely want to try. And like I said, I have Kingmakers on there already, and I can mark it off. So I have another blank spread for series. And then I started my January, and I did my TBR up top, and then a space for my haul. These are from my book shopping trip with my best friend. And then I'm just doing the number for and then I'm just doing the number for the month, the title, the author, whether it's a physical ebook or audiobook. I don't have a sticker for ebooks. I only have stickers for physical and audio, and then rating. So yeah, that's my reading journal for now. I love these washi tapes. I'm just like, every time they like catch the light, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love the gold foiling. But yeah, I'm gonna go put the last of the Kingmaker series into my reading journal, and then probably read some more of this Casey Enders book. Hello. It is Friday evening. I am exhausted. This was the longest short week of work ever. I only just, when I got home today, finished... Back up. I don't think I ever said I started it. So, I was reading the Casey Enders book, and then when I went back to work on Wednesday, I needed an ebook to read there, so I downloaded Simply Mine, book 4 in the Honey Cove, that's not it. Book 4 in the Honey Mountain series. And I only just finished it today when I got home, because I really wanted to read it, and every time I went to go read it, shit hit the fan at work, which is just great on a 3-day week. So yeah, I finished that today. I liked that one. It wasn't my favorite. I think one of my favorite things so far has been like the sister aspect of it. And this one is more of a secret relationship, so she only kind of talks to her sisters about what's going on, and it's her best friend's brother is the love interest, and so they're like keeping it a secret because the best friend is getting married, and that's why the brother is back in town. And yeah, it just wasn't my favorite. I'm still gonna give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, and every time that I wanted to read it and couldn't, it made me mad. So I know that I liked it. I just don't think it was my favorite of the series. I was reading Troubles by Casey Enders. I'm still working on my way through that. I don't feel like reading tonight. I'm so tired. I think I'm just gonna turn on the TV and maybe scroll Instagram. But tomorrow morning, But tomorrow I'll probably pick up Troubles again. As far as ebooks go, I'm probably going to wait until tomorrow afternoon, and I need to download the second book in the Emily Silver, was it like the Denver Mountain Lions series or whatever? Because I read book 1 last week during the Texans playoff game, so I have to read book 2 tomorrow during the Texans football game because they won last week. So gotta do it. I'm a sports girl and I am superstitious, so that's how it's gotta be. But yeah, I think I'm going to go take out these contacts and change into my PJs and turn the TV on. I did start watching The Sopranos, by the way. I'm only like a couple of episodes in. Talk about unlikable main characters. Very unlikable. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm gonna need a couple more episodes to see. So it is Sunday morning now. I was gonna update you last night about reading Pass Interference by Emily Silver, but the game was really stressful and I didn't get as far during the game as I wanted to, and so I spent last night after the game just like finishing up the book. So I did read book 2 in the Denver Mountain Lions series. This one was a second chance, but it was also one of my favorite tropes, which is like a celebrity who's got like bad PR, bad media perception, and then like the celebrity handler that's assigned to like keep them out of trouble. So yeah, this one is I don't remember his exact position on the team. He was a receiver of some sort because they kept talking about the quarterback throwing to him. But it was him, and he, a girl he hooked up with, did some type of interview, said that he was like a jerk or whatever. So his agent assigns the college intern from their office to the football player and basically just tells her like keep him out of trouble, keep him out of the media, give him some good press, do these like charity events and stuff like that. And then when they meet, they were together in college, and this big, I don't want to say it was a misunderstanding because it was definitely some like an outside source broke them up. But it was a misunderstanding between them because they both thought that the breakup came from the other person. And so now she is, I think he's in his like second or third year in the NFL, and she is in her master's program. So yeah, a lot of it is, well, really, no, they kind of get back together first, and then they kind of have a discussion about like what broke them up originally and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was a celebrity handler trope, a second chance. I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. My plan for the day, I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done today. There are 2 more football games today that I will probably watch just because my team is out, so it doesn't really make a difference anymore. But I'm just a sports fan, so I like to keep going. It's been a long time since my team has been in the playoffs anyway, so yeah, I don't know how much reading I'm gonna do. There's 2 more football games. I'm about to go pick up my grocery order so I can make lunch for this week so I don't spend so much money like I did this week. I do have the Casey Enders book, and I can download the next Honey Mountain series. I don't know which one I'm gonna do yet. But yeah, right now is grocery pickup order and meal prep, and then probably that's about the time the football games will come on. So we'll see where the day takes us. If nothing else, I'll come back and properly end this vlog a little later in the day. And I think I'm going to keep going tomorrow and start, I don't know. At least for now, I want to do a weekly reading vlog. So that's the plan. Who knows what the plan will be next week? I may only do this one. Who knows? Hi, it is Sunday night now. I did absolutely no reading today. None. I did my grocery pickup. I made my meal prep for the week. I painted my nails. I watched both football games. But yeah, that is Sunday done. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog. I do think I'm going to start a new one tomorrow. I'll tell y'all about the books and stuff that I have. A couple audiobooks from the library ready. I'll tell y'all about those. I'll tell you tomorrow. You'll see it in next week's vlog. So yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I don't know how many more times there are going to be weekly reading vlogs. We're just kind of playing it by ear. We're trying not to plan too much. I did also realize today that I never shared my favorite books of 2023. So I'll probably do that maybe tomorrow after work for next week's vlog to give it some type of content. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!